WWE Survivor Series returns Saturday night, headlined by the men's and women's War Games matches at Petco Park in San Diego. Who emerged victorious from those marquee matchups? And did John Cena successfully defend his Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship against Dominic Mysterio in his final appearance at a premium live event? Find out now, along with our ratings and analysis of this event, of this recap. For this is a special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN. Hey there, welcome everybody to this very special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN. I am your host, Anthony Florio, sitting in tonight for good old MF Michael Fletcher. He will not be joining us this evening due to commitments and circumstances beyond his control. We are hopeful to have him back with us Tuesday night for Ridiculously Raw. I am joined tonight by the Phenom, Michael Bullock, and we're not going to waste too much time here. Let's dive on in. Last night, the 39th annual WWE Survivor Series War Games. And it was live last night from Petco Park in San Diego, California, the home of the San Diego Padres. And we started it off with the women's War Games matchup. It was Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and AJ Lee squaring off against Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and Becky Lynch. And the winners of the match in 41 minutes and 10 seconds, it was the face team. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and AJ Lee. AJ Lee tapping out Becky Lynch with the Black Widow submission, just like she did 2 months earlier at WrestlePalooza. Before we start with the analysis here, I want to take a moment to address something really wonderful and awesome out of this. Charlotte Flair honored a 7-year-old fan named Scarlett with new tribute gear. And Nia Jax drew from the San Diego Padres' vibrant City Connect color scheme, while Rhea's mask and gear nodded to the Terrifier horror film series. Lash Legend entering last for the heels gave her a few spotlight moments that put her over as a dominant force of the future, despite her relative inexperience. Io Sky's big spot never gets old, and for the sake of the match as a whole, it set up Becky to get her comeuppance in grand fashion, all while AJ Lee once again got the last laugh. Overall, there were pacing issues early, but Rhea Ripley's arrival brought a greater sense of urgency and invoked the biggest reaction of the match to that point. From there on, it was golden, with the right stars getting the spotlight and the right team going over. Now then, these matches are very tricky to rate. There are matches that are tricky to rate. This is one of them. Battle Royals are also tricky to rate. Gauntlet matches, Royal Rumble matches, you name it. The best I can go for this one would probably be in excess of maybe 4, teetering on 4.25. I think that's the correct rating for this. Definitely the right outcome. I mean, we all knew the face team was going to win this, and I'm not at all surprised with it. And Becky Lynch going off the deep end on social media once again, and we'll see where this leads. Starting tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. So, right around the 4 to 4.25. I think that's the best. I think that's the appropriate rating for this. So, not much more to say. Michael Bullock, come on in. The face team, Team Rhea, in a sense, defeating Team Asuka, in a sense, in this women's War Games match. Total time, 41 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, and like you even said, I think this was indeed the right outcome here. I mean, with the face team going over here, and yeah, I can give this 4 as well. I mean, and like you said, these War Games matches are just so tough to rate. I mean, but yeah, I think this one was definitely about a 4-star match. I mean, I'll tell you what, Florio, Asuka, I mean not Asuka, Io Sky doing the trash can, it never gets old. As soon as I heard she was in Women's War Games, I knew right off the bat she was going to do that.
Yeah. Oh, you knew that was coming.
And you saw AJ Lee was trying to get the trash can to her, but Rhea basically helped her out with it, making sure that she got it. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, uh-oh. And that's when she did what she did. But yeah, I mean, and the only one who didn't take it, I mean, was Becky Lynch. She literally moved out of the way. And I'm like, really, Becky? I mean, and then of course, like you said, after she went off on social media yet again and basically claiming she never tapped out. I mean, saying the trash can was loaded and all this other conspiracy BS. Newsflash for you, Becky. You did tap out. I saw it. Anthony Florio saw it. So, again, what you're saying is totally irrelevant. Irrelevant. And I'll say it again. You need lithium, girl. You need it. Because you are just sure going crazy. So, yeah, so 4 stars. I mean, this was definitely a good way to start off the Survivor Series. So, that being said, Florio, let's move on to our next match.
All right. And our next match for the WWE Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, the champion, John Cena, defending against the man he took it from 3 weeks ago in his hometown of Boston on Monday Night Raw, that being Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez in the corner of Dominic Mysterio. A whole lot of hijinks, but the difference in this one, Swerve Bro, she is back. Liv Morgan, yes, Liv Morgan, who had that freak shoulder injury months ago on that Monday Night Raw. She's back and she hits Dominic Mysterio. We're thinking, wait a minute, is she turning on Dom? And then she jumps into the arms of John Cena. And then she had that crazed look in her eyes. If looks could kill. Oh my God. Chills.
And what does that remind you of, Florio?
Fatal Attraction.
For
me, anyways. For me.
Something else, Florio.
The Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
With John Cena and Cody Rhodes. When we all remember John Cena was hugging Cody Rhodes, John Cena got that crazed look in his eyes, and then the final boss told him now. And then that's when John Cena kicked Cody in the nuts, and well, you know the rest. They turned him heel. The heel turn sold like a lead balloon. It was a flop. But this time around, it was well executed. Liv Morgan goes ahead and does the same thing to John Cena, kicks him square in the nuts. And when all was said and done, the winner of the match, 16 minutes, 40 seconds, and once again, the new Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Oh, Bullock, the Judgment Day. I mean, they were dangerous already, but we got Dom, we got Finn, we got JD. Finn and JD getting involved during the match as well. You already got Raquel and Roxanne, and now Liv Morgan in the fold. Uh-oh.
Yeah, in the immortal words of Scooby-Doo, ruh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Judgment Day is as dangerous as ever.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, what was the time of the fall again?
16 minutes and 40 seconds. Dirty Dom regains the title.
I could only give this about 3 1/4, 3 1/2, because you did have all that outside interference by the Judgment Day, and then of course, like you said, what everybody's talking about. Liv Morgan is back, and she lowballed John Cena after we all thought, oh, is she turning on Dom? Yeah, that was an ultimate swerve there. And And then Dominic hit the 619. Then Liv Morgan, adding insult to injury, hits John with the Intercontinental title and a frog splash. And you know what? This was perfect to do it because you want to give Dom that heel heat again, and now you have more of a reason to not only hate Dom once again, but also Liv Morgan, because they just literally handed John Cena a loss in his final PLE event. So and she trolled John Cena on social media by basically posting a picture of her wearing one of his gear. So yeah, so what happens next? I mean, who knows? So and the other things from I'll tell you what, it was a bad night for John Cena. It was a bad night for John Cena, Florio. I mean, not only that, but with Liv Morgan lowballing him, but also getting the Tejana bomb from Raquel Rodriguez and the Pop Rocks by Roxanne Perez. So people are going to be saying, John, you're the greatest of all time. You're not supposed to be being attacked by women. But that is the case here. So, and with that being said, of course, there's only one date left in the career of John Cena. And we all know when that is, Florio. December 13th, Saturday night's main event. And as you heard earlier in the night, and I'm sure when you heard this announcement, I'm sure you smiled like a Cheshire cat, because guess who's going to be hosting alongside Joe Tess?
That'll be the future Hall of Famer, Stephanie McMahon.
And of course, she was the one she's responsible for John Cena being where he is today. Because
of the freestyle rapping.
Yeah, the freestyle rapping, yeah. And because he was on the verge of getting fired.
Before that, he was going absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, he was on the verge of getting fired. But Stephanie McMahon swooped right in and basically was like, no. We need to give him a chance and see what happens. So, and the rest, as they say, is history. So, if it weren't for Stephanie McMahon, John Cena wouldn't be where he is today.
And the heavy rumors going around that John Cena will be joining her in that Hall of Fame class of 26.
And be the headliner.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, can you imagine that? John Cena and Stephanie McMahon as part of that class? I mean, wow.
Triple H inducts Stephanie. We just don't know who's going to induct John Cena. Anybody could do
it. Anybody could do it, but
Kurt Angle would be my best guess, since John did it for him.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, it was Kurt Angle who did that. What was that? That gold medal challenge that he had, and then Cena came out, and then Kurt Angle asked him, "What is the one thing that you have that you think that you can hang with me?" And then he said, "Ruthless aggression." Yeah, and also, like you said, because John inducted Kurt Angle into the Hall of Fame, I think it's only fitting that it should be Kurt Angle who inducts John Cena into the Hall of Fame. So, when it becomes official, if it is true, so we'll see. So, I'm gonna give this 3.25. I'm leaning more towards 3.25 because of all the shenanigans outside the ring. Well, shall I say Judgment Day shenanigans? So, nothing more to say. It's yours, Florio.
It's a 3.5-star match. I'll tell you what. Oh, hold on. Oh, hit the wrong button. I apologize. All right. Monster pop for Dirty Dom. That, coupled with all the media appearances he has made over the last week, reflects the idea WWE sees him as a star now and in the future. John Cena shared a special moment at the top of the aisle with cameraman Stu. whose son was running cable for his father. On a night when his matches is as much about the guy he is sharing the ring with, it is no surprise the Never Seen 17 took a moment to focus on someone outside of himself in his last PLE appearance. Cena sold for Roxanne and Raquel, bumping for the Tejana Bomb and the Pop Rocks before Raw senior referee Chad Patton ejected them from ringside. This was not the emotional, red-hot match their original battle in Boston was. This was still a sports entertainment heavy bout that kept fans engaged and ended with the long-awaited return of Liv Morgan. I'm leaning more towards 3.5 because, there was some excitement in there. I know we're going to frown upon the interference, but it makes sense in the context of the story. So they obviously want to establish the Judgment Day as the dominant force in WWE, and with Liv Morgan back in the fold, oh my. Judgment Day is as dangerous as ever. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of celebration tomorrow night in Glendale on Monday Night Raw.
And by the way, one more thing. You saw in the post show where Liv Morgan claims that Dominic Mysterio is now the new greatest of all time.
Debatable.
Beyond debatable. So Liv
Your
Morgan,
father.
why? Yeah, and she continues to say he's the greatest Mysterio, but that still belongs to Ray. So
Forever and always it will be Ray.
So both of those things are beyond debatable. So I'm going to throw down the gauntlet right now, Liv Morgan. Why don't you come on our show, and I dare you to make your case in front of the two of us, because we will. What's the word?
We're going to have a nice little chat about that.
Yeah, and you better hope and pray that our Twisted Angel Dee Dee Woodson is not, because she will take you to the woodshed.
And MF will go Cerebral Viper mode too.
Yeah, so, but knowing her, she probably won't come on, because she'll probably say, "I'm not going to waste time with a couple
I'm
of
too
pretty
good
boys
for your little makeshift rink-eating show." If I was going to go on a show, I'd rather go on that other guy's show. And she probably would.
And she probably would, yeah. So I think you're pretty much done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think we're going to move on to the next match, which is for the Women's World title.
Champion Stephanie Vaquer defending the Women's World Championship against WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella. Winner of the match in 12 minutes and 20 seconds, and still the Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. Bullock, I start this one up. I'm sorry. By default, this was the worst fight of the night. I can only give this about 3 to 3.25 stars. Nikki Bella appears far more comfortable now than she was when she was clearly shaken by Becky Lynch a few months back. For someone who is a crossover star and does not need pro wrestling, it is a testament to her that she has continued to work to regain her previous level of success. These two women were in an unenviable position, taking to the ring after the John Cena Dominic Mysterio match and the big return of Liv Morgan. But they turned in a quality bout. Nikki Bella was as strong in the ring as she has been in her comeback, and Stephanie Vaquer was her typical great self. The crowd was not into it initially, but it got there by the end. So 3 to 3.25. By default, the worst fight of the night. The other matches were just that much better, if I'm going to be honest with you. So not much more to say. Michael Bowick, we were worrying about this, and we were worrying about the outcome, especially after MF's guy, Jake Turner, on his Discord, predicted that Nikki Bella was going to win the title here. But with all due respect to Mr. Turner, thankfully he was wrong, and at least WWE got this outcome right. And now Stephanie Vaquer is well on her way to becoming our female wrestler of the year for 2025.
Yeah, we can all breathe easy now. No, with Stephanie Vaquer retaining the title, and yeah, I think we can now officially say she is now the front runner for the female wrestler of the year. So yeah, I was a little worried at first, especially when when Fletch's Discord buddy Jake Turner first brought it up, I was like, oh no, don't tell me that they really will do it. But thankfully they didn't, because I even said that if they were to somehow do it, you thought the heat that she got in Boston was bad. This would be nothing compared to what she would face if she had won the title. But yeah, it was a good match. I mean, it could have been better, but yeah, by default, this was the worst fight of the night, even though it wasn't remotely bad. Because, like you said, the other matches were just better. So yeah, 3.25. So really got nothing more to say except let's get into the men's War Games match.
It was Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman in their corner, squaring off against the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk, the undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, the Usos, and the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. And the winners of the match, 40 minutes and 30 seconds. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar. Braun Breaker pinning the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk to win the match. And after this mysterious figure, this hooded figure, takes down CM Punk with a curb stomp. Now, let's be honest. It's not Seth freaking Rollins. There's no way it can be Seth freaking Rollins.
I think we all know who it is.
The reports are going around, including a very reliable source in Sean Ross Sapp. He's saying that the mystery figure was Austin Theory.
I think it has to be. Because the thing is, Florio, we've been hearing reports about Austin Theory joining the Vision. So,
and that might have been the moment. That was the first big talking point of this match. The other big talking point after the match was over, Roman Reigns, with a nod of respect to CM Punk, but then he looks at Cody Rhodes and said, "This is the last time we're ever going to team together. I just want you to know that." The rumors are going around. We're going to get the rubber match at WrestleMania 42. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Championship. And if that happens, Michael Bullock, I'm going to go on the record right now. The Tribal Chief is taking his throne back.
Yeah, I definitely could see that happening.
He never got his rematch.
And that's the thing too, because he never got his rematch, because when he lost, we just didn't see him again until SummerSlam.
When he helped Cody beat Solo Sikoa.
Yeah. So, in all essence, he never really got a rematch. So, it kind of actually does make sense for this to happen at WrestleMania. And
on the other side of the coin, when it comes to the other title for WrestleMania, I think we're going to get CM Punk and Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And if that's the case, the unpredictable badass is going to cement himself as the future of this company.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, especially after he got the pinfall last night, I should say. So, yeah. So as far as this match goes, I'm going to say this was better than the women's War Games match. That's not to say that the women's one sucked. It's just that, yeah, I'm going to give this about maybe 4.25 on this one. So, but yeah, this was the right outcome. The heel team went over, and yeah, and I think like we just talked about, I think it's got to be Austin Theory, because the rumors have been going around about him joining the Vision. So this kind of actually makes sense for him to help the Vision win the War Games match. So when are we going to get the actual reveal? Who knows? So 4.25, and this was, to me, the fight of the night. So it's yours, Florio.
This was 4.25 to 4.5. I gotta call this the fight of the night as well. Braun Breaker. I was asking myself, how in the world was he not dead after he took that insane doomsday device spot from CM Punk and Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, how in the world does he not have a broken freaking neck after that?
Or dead for this instance.
Yeah. Yeah, when I saw that happen, I'm like thinking, holy shit.
Braun Breaker took a
thinking,
sickening doomsday device from CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, landing directly on his head and neck. Commentary had to cover for Brock Lesnar, leaving the squared circle and not suffering a loss by forfeit. The match was action-packed and had the fans into it, but this ultimately felt like the latest chapter in a rivalry more than the feud-ending encounter it should be. Nothing feels resolved. We now have the mystery of who is under the mask and weeks of Rollins teases and hints of another Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes match. The creative team should consider doing away with War Games for the foreseeable future if there is not going to be a worthy feud or story to build it around. The match felt centered on 2 or 3 superstars with nothing else for the rest of the participants to do outside of bumping around. By a smidge, I'll call this the fight of the night, right around 4.25, teetering on 4.5. So there isn't much more to add on to that. So let's get into our overall review. Survivor Series 2025 will be remembered for John Cena's final premium live event match. That time, Rhea Ripley dressed up like Art the Clown, Liv Morgan's return, and 2 namesake matches that did not live up to the building of the iconic gimmick bout. The mystery assailant in the main event may pique interest, but there was not a lot here to intrigue fans or set them off on the road to WrestleMania in a way that created any anticipation for the biggest show of the year. Best I can do here in this instance would probably be 7.5, teetering on 8 out of 10. I think that's the best I can do for this one. So not much more to say except take us home, Bullock, here.
Yeah, 7.5 to 8 for me. I mean, it was good, not great, but I heard a lot of reports on social media, Florio, that there was actually some people who were crapping all over the Survivor Series event, and some even going as far as to say this was the worst pay-per-view under the Triple H era, even worse than WrestlePalooza. I'm like, damn. I mean, tell us how you really feel. Even JD from NY went off on it. So, I mean, look, people. I mean, was it great? No. Was it bad? No. Like I said, it was good, but not great. So that's all I'll say. So I'm going to give this 7.5 to 8. I mean, like I said, people are crapping all over it. That's their opinion, but I don't think it's bad. It was as bad as everyone is making it out to be. I mean, wouldn't you agree on that, Florio?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because I'm sure you heard that too.
I did.
That a lot of people were crapping all over it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're not gonna say that. I mean, that's their opinion. If they want to say that it's the worst under the Triple H era, hey, that's their opinion. But like I said, it was good, but not great. So nothing more to say. Close it out, Florio.
All right, and now we'll put the bow on our 2025 Survivor Series recap edition of Talking Wrestling TXN. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in as always. We'll be back again Tuesday night, right back here on the 2025 at 10:30 for another edition of Ridiculously Raw. The fallout from Survivor Series of Monday Night Raw, NXT Go Home Show for Deadline, and then we're going to preview Thursday Night Football. Big game with the playoff implications. The Dallas Cowboys squaring off against the Detroit Lions at Ford Field on Thursday Night Football. We're going to preview that. Thursday night, it'll be our season finale of TXN Sports World College Football Thursday. championship week. We have 5 Power Conference championship games to preview. And in addition to that, we're also going to preview NXT Deadline that goes down this Saturday night. And then Friday, the Week 14 edition of TXN Sports World NFL Friday. We'll recap the Cowboys and the Lions and preview the other games, the remaining games of week number 14. It's also the final bye week of this season. And then Saturday night, if all goes well, hopefully we'll be able to do it over on MF's channel, Brace Fan 95. Perhaps the Cerebral Smack Talk. Maybe we get into SmackDown. Maybe we get into the deadline. But we'll let you know about that at least. So that's it. So until tomorrow night, or I should say Tuesday night for Ridiculously Raw, this is Anthony Florio here for the Phenom, Michael Bullock, and in spirit, good old MF Michael Fletcher, and the First Lady of Talking Wrestling TXN, the Twisted Angel, Dee Dee Woodson. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed couple of days, and until Tuesday night, for Ridiculously Raw, you've been watching our 2025 Survivor Series Recap Edition of Talking Wrestling TXN right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube and Streamy.com. And remember, my friends, no matter what anyone tells you beyond anything else, wrestling is indeed actually real. For everybody who has been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio, so long, and bye, everybody, bye.